Peace to the planet. You know, when people talk about Mercury retrograde, a lot of times it's talked about from a reactive standpoint instead of being proactive. Meaning that when Mercury retrograde happens, right? Mercury is the planet next to the sun, or the planet closest to the sun in our solar system. So Mercury deals with the word, it deals with communication, it deals with utterances, things that you say, not only out of your mouth, but things that you say here. So being that Mercury is a planet of communication and it's going retrograde, when we deal with retro Jordans, we're dealing with old Jordans. So Mercury retrograde, you know, there's the reactive portion of Mercury retrograde is there's communication issues with your friends, family, loved ones, lovers, problems with technology, problems with machinery, problems with computers, right? Good problems with car, traffic, just overall communication issues, right? That's the reactive way of looking at Mercury retrograde. What's the proactive way of utilizing the electromagnetic energy of this planet going retrograde? How about looking at our past communication? Are our concepts and ideas stuck in the past? For instance, do we still have a concept that's stuck in the 1930s and 40s of battling white supremacy, when really we're supposed to be battling the worst of ourselves and moving as collectives and start up with those who are doing the same? Are the way we communicate with our children outdated? Are we preparing them for a new digital world with 5G, D-Wave, quantum computing, STEM, science, technology, electronics and math, or engineering and math? Is the way we communicate with our lovers and our loved ones helpful to them, helpful to their advancement, helpful to their growth? Or are we the haters? Are we stuck in retrograding them? And are we around people that retrograde us, that we communicate with? Are we communicating with people that we could be our authentic selves with? Are we communicating with people that we could tell our secrets to and trust that they won't spill them? Do we have people or surround ourselves with people that genuinely support us, and are we supportive? So proactive ways of looking at Mercury retrograde is really going back, going within yourself and seeing how, make sure I don't get hit by these cars, going within yourself and seeing how you could communicate better with others and how your environment also is communicating with you. Maybe you need to be around more nature. Maybe you need to come out and sun gaze. Maybe you need to moon gaze. Maybe you need to drink more water. And also, how are you talking to yourself? Look at that in Mercury retrograde season. Is the way that you talk to yourself outdated? Is the way you communicate about money outdated? Is the way you communicate about relationships, men ain't shit, women ain't shit, outdated? Is the way that you talk about your personal success outdated? Mercury retrograde communication. You can get a pen and pad and start writing things out. A form of communication, writing, script writing things out on a pen and paper, and seeing and creating new ways of affirming yourself, your environment, your success, and your future, and actively creating your reality through communication with the self and also your communication to others. So you could get caught up in being reactive to the planet's influence, or you could ride the wave of energy of that planet's influence and use it to your benefit. So don't look at Mercury retrograde like a burden. Look at Mercury retrograde like a rocket to take you where you want to go. And that's with any planetary influence. Peace, power, prosperity, y'all.